Rooted deep in German and transatlantic history and striving for a better future, this is Growing with Aspen. The Aspen Institute has for 50 years promoted values-based leadership, constructive dialogue among conflicting parties, and Euro-Atlantic cooperation to support and enhance a strong and open society. Founded in 1974, it sits at the heart of Berlin as a bastion for promoting discussion, tolerance, understanding of different views, and fostering dialogue between individuals of all backgrounds and beliefs.
At its heart, we're an institution, I think, about dialogue and convening people to better understand the critical issues of the day.
When I think of Aspen, Germany, I think of innovative formats that bring people together to solve some of the most pressing issues of today.
The Aspen Institute is, in my view, an indispensable site for people and friends to meet with the same commitment to work for our democracy, following the mission, freedom does not come for free.
The Aspen Institute for me is a bottomless well for inspiration and also for motivation. And the Aspen Institutes are really a big family, and we stand for certain values.
It's a group of very diverse people that get together to talk about the critical issues of the day and how we can work together to solve some of those issues.
It is remarkable in how we learn and support each other. And when we recognize how we all respond to various challenges, some different, some the same in our individual countries, it is astonishingly powerful.
To tackle this mission, Aspen Germany has 5 programs that stretch from the policy-based transatlantic, digital, and Europe programs to the values-based leadership and public programs. They contain different formats, bringing together representatives from politics, business, and civil society, encouraging people of different backgrounds to interact with each other to develop solutions for today's greatest challenges.
Aspen is first and foremost a convening platform. It gives people the time and space to not only have frank and honest discussion with one another, but also to reevaluate their values and philosophies.
To me, Aspen means bringing together diverse perspectives around the same table and always listening to each other so that we can talk about the problems of today and find the solutions for tomorrow.
The Aspen idea emerged after the horrors of the Second World War, when 4 pioneers envisaged how an intellectual and cultural retreat away from city life could lead to regaining one's civilizational understanding.
Walter Paepcke was a major American industrialist leading an international corporation from Chicago. And in 1949, the vision came to him to create what became the Aspen Institute. And it actually began, we sometimes say it all began in a tent, and it did.
Alongside Walter Paepcke were his wife Elizabeth Paepcke, as well as Mortimer J. Adler and Robert Maynard Hutchins. Together, they sought the beauty of a small town in the Colorado mountains named Aspen for this idealistic retreat for leaders.
In Aspen, Colorado, which was then a town virtually no one had heard of. It was a really deserted silver mining town that had its heyday in the 1870s and 80s. And it was a town that he found remarkable for its beauty and thought it would be an ideal place to bring people for reflection about fundamental questions, fundamental values.
The seeds they planted culminated in the Goethe Bicentennial in summer 1949, when more than 2,000 individuals from across the world gathered in Aspen, Colorado. They believed that reviving this humanistic spirit of Goethe would provide a sense of culture to tackle these issues which had emerged out of the recent world wars. The groundbreaking success of the event then led to the birth of the Aspen Institute in December 1949.
If Aspen didn't exist today, I believe we'd have to invent it again, because I know it is so necessary.
Aspen is the idea, in my view, that people from industry and politics and culture and foreign policy can come together and gain a deeper understanding of how we can work together.
In the early 1970s, the president of the Aspen Institute in Colorado, Joseph E. Slater, thought it necessary to extend the Aspen mission beyond the United States in light of the ongoing Cold War.
They said, let's do something different in West Berlin that's not the UN, it's just the Aspen Institute, a small international organization, can do some things that big ones couldn't.
we have something special. One is a neutrality, and second is openness, and third one is a attitude to explore and redefine things to very deep values level rather than just problem solving.
The driving force behind the founding of an Aspen Institute in Germany was Shepard Stone.
Berlin ging es eigentlich nicht so sonderlich gut in diesen Zeiten. Und damals fand sich dann eine Persönlichkeit, und ohne diese wäre alles, was hier geschaffen wurde in diesem Aspen Institute, nicht geschehen. Shepard Stone.
He then became the first executive director of Aspen Germany, and his ideas and values influenced the Institute and its work fundamentally to this day.
Er hat aber immer verstanden, Menschen, die unterschiedliche Positionen vertraten, zueinander zu bringen und dazu zu bringen, dass sie sich austauschen, und zwar mit Vertrauen austauschen. Das zu vermitteln war die große Kunst von Shepard Stone, aber immer auf dem Hintergrund, dass dahinter die Überzeugung und das Ziel stand, für die er selber gelebt hat, nämlich die Freiheit der Menschen.
The belief has been held up and shaped by all 7 directors of the Aspen Institute since then, with each of them bringing something new to the table and advancing the role of the Institute further.
We all face this challenge of how do you get worthwhile things done in societies that are increasingly polarized and at each other's throats. And that's where values come in.
These values are the foundation of our commitment to principled leadership, the heart of Aspen Germany. With these values, we actively work towards a future worth living. Freedom, respect, pluralism, justice, and peace and security. Together with the principle of sustainability, these 5 core values are part of our programs and guide us in our everyday work. But what do these values mean to us and to our partners?
Freedom to me is being able to make my own choices. My mom used to live in the Soviet Union, and so I know what it is to have people ruling over you. So therefore, I am very happy to speak up my mind.
To fight back this tendency towards autocracy, polarization, violence, even if it's not literally violence, but political tensions, which I think is one of the most concerning threats we are facing now.
And I think in order to ensure that our descendants have the same opportunities, have the same hopes that we do, we have to coordinate with each other, we have to understand each other's values, and we have to understand each other's priorities.
If you find that common ground, then you can have any conversation, be it in conflict or even when you deeply disagree.
Most important for me is to build this dialogue and bridges between the different cultures, ages, and different experiences. So it's priceless for me.
I think that we have common problems and they need common solutions.
I think that by providing a forum and a space for people of all nations, colors, and political creeds to come together and talk and exchange ideas, the Aspen Institute and the Aspen Institute Germany specifically has helped to provide the foundation for what we now have, a very much alive and functioning transatlantic relation.
For me, it's about hearing contemporary topics debated in a really stimulating way, and then people proposing quite unexpected ideas.
It's about humanities, it's about leadership, it's about global responsibility, it's about politics, and it's also about bringing people together, discuss problems, and try to find solutions.
I think it's really common sense that security is something that requires upkeep and work, but I think the same is also true for peace. It's something that you need to exercise like a muscle, and that requires uncomfortable conversations. And I think that's something that Aspen has been historically really good at.
For 50 years, we, the team of Aspen Germany, have been working on bringing people together, promoting values-based leadership, and supporting freedom and peace in Germany, Europe, and North America. We are looking forward to the coming 50 years and hope you will keep Growing with Aspen.